believe. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, he's probably ready there. He's just going, right, I'm ready, just tell me when I'm ready. Oh, we're good to go. Okay, sweet. So, count me down when ready. Okay, right. I'll count you down from the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, like I said, this is Colin McRae Rally 2. You'll notice as well that there is also a bit of a glitchy sky. That's mainly because of a Windows 7 update. But anyway, Colin McRae Rally 2, using the Seat Cordoba, it's the fastest car in the game. Weather is a bit RNG, unfortunately, because, unfortunately, unlike the first game, it's probably worth mentioning this. So, there's a fair few shortcuts in this game. Actually, I'll mention that real quick. So, one of them being here, it literally just cuts that section out on its own. But yeah, so Colin McRae Rally 2 has a dynamic weather system, something that was not followed very much in the first game. And unfortunately, considering the circumstances, it's like, yeah, it was really good, but was not dynamic. This one, it's dynamic. It is dynamic. I may have just remembered something, actually. So these are the two major shortcuts. I should really mention these. So these ones mainly cut out a big chunk of the actual stage. So I know that it's like corner cutting at its finest, but believe me, it is really, really useful and makes it run a lot faster than what it used to be. Mainly because, well, if you took the long route round, you finish the stage with about an extra 10, maybe 15 seconds. Unfortunately, 10 or 15 seconds, something like that, on your timer. So, yeah, it counts and allows for better, you know, better stuff going on, that sort of thing. And then this is the final shortcut in this stage. Mainly it just cuts out that fast section. Believe me, I've tried going all the way around the long way, but unfortunately it's not allowed for very much use, and it's not actually got too much when it comes to speed. And obviously try and go as fast as you can around that last corner. That's stage 1 done. Next stage. Moves pretty quick. What I was saying about the weather was that because of the dynamic weather, there's a bit of a situation. So games can, games can be optimized and things like that. Well, with this game you can't exactly optimize it because of the weather. So for example, in the first game there was weather introduced for the game. Obviously it has to have weather, otherwise it'd be probably pretty boring. But the one thing to mention was that you could actually realise the weather was the same, it never changed, no matter what you did on the game. However, for this one, they introduced the weather system. Now, the weather system being a bit more advanced, it'd be dynamic. So, for example, which I've been rather lucky at with this run. So with this run, I've been, like I say, quite lucky. We've got dry weather. Now, regarding other stuff, such as, well, tyres and such, if it's dry, you don't change. If it's wet, yeah, you're going to have a hard time. And with a game like this, there's not a lot to, choose about, and not a lot of good timing, so to speak. So for example, if you have dry tyres, it's pretty good, but it kind of goes downhill. So for example, if you're on wet tyres and it's a wet track, the car slides. If you're on dry tyres on a wet track, obviously the car slides there too. But it all depends, it's all dependent, really. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I just remembered the one thing I didn't do was turn off my alerts. So if anyone decides to follow, there'll be a noise that comes up but not an image or anything like that. So I just remembered I didn't turn that off, I'm sorry. Hopefully it shouldn't come up too much. Yeah, so like I said, weather, dynamic, it mixes things up. Usually Finland does not have, usually Finland doesn't have the rain in there. It's not something that's, you know, interesting, that's for sure. Ooh, naughty boy, yes. Hopefully it doesn't come up. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So with the weather, I've probably gone on about this for way too long. The weather's usually, obviously it's dynamic, but it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. The only place it's a big of a deal in is usually the UK, which is the last rally in the game, as we'll get to later on. Finland, the weather's not really, well, doesn't matter too much. If you do Greece, doesn't matter there. France, it never really rains there, unless you get to the latter end of it. And then the last ones, well, Sweden, yeah, Sweden, no problem there. Again, there's really, also glitchy sky, again. Yeah, so Sweden, even though it snows, it's no big of a deal because in Sweden, you're driving on snow, so the only thing it affects is visibility. So you've not really much, in regards to it putting you off or you losing time, it really doesn't do a lot. It just doesn't. It doesn't do that much. It doesn't damage you in any way. It doesn't cause you for any problems or anything like that. Like I said, visibility is the main problem, but honestly, visibility in this game is a lot better. If I was doing this on the PlayStation 1 version, it would probably take me a little bit longer. Because obviously the graphical difference between the PlayStation 1 and the PC. What else? Australia, that has a few nits and nitpicks of its own, you know. Places where you can cut corners, but anyway, so next corner cut coming up is this one, which if you slot between the trees, just there. Again, this is the one that we did from the first stage, because this, in case you didn't realise, is stage 1, but it's backwards. Clever game design there by Codemasters. You'll realise a lot as we go on, and I might mention these as we go along as well. That it'll be, oh, this stage is a, reverse one and all the rest of it. This stage is reversed from this stage, and this stage does this, and da da da. It's not too big of an issue, like I said. Yeah, so tyre strategy isn't at all too much of a problem. I don't really tweak the car unless I absolutely have to. So we cut across this one again. This is another corner cut. And finally one that was found by somebody, I forgot who it was, this one. Which literally cuts that first whole corner out from stage 1. Now originally, that rally would take around 7 minutes 20 seconds, something like that. That's probably just took me about 7 minutes and a bit as well. Didn't quite have a look at that, but yeah, probably around the 7 minute mark. Greece is fairly straightforward. There's no major cuts that we take here. I'll mention them if I do. The only one that I can mention from stage 1 would be most likely the one that's in the second half of the stage. So there's not, like I said, there's not too many in Greece. This one is only one cut. I think maybe stage 2 or 3 there's one there, and then stage 4 is fairly blatantly obvious as well. There's some, like literally some of these don't have many corner cuts, but then some do. That sort of thing. I do literally one bit of car tuning in the entire game, which is at the start of the Kenya rally, which I believe is rally number 6. So what I do with that one is I literally just change the gearbox. So the gearbox originally is in the middle, and you can adjust it 2 up, 2 down. 2 to your right is the longest it goes, 2 to your left is the shortest it goes. Now, the shortest it is I never use the shortest as in the gearbox, but for Kenya I literally put it 1 notch to the right so the gearbox is longer. The reason being for this is that Kenya is actually a rally which is straightforward, and I mean straightforward, it's quite fast. to finish. I'm not sure how fast it is. It's nowhere near as fast as Finland, but the stages are relatively quick. You do also have a super special stage, I believe, which is at the end of that rally as well. So that brings me nicely onto the super special stage things. So every two rallies, so Greece, Sweden, Kenya, and finally the UK, the last rally in the game, you have 4 stages plus a super special stage. Now, if you don't know anything about rallying or this game at all, super special stage is basically where you go head to head against another car, usually the car that's second place in the championship to you. And it's literally whoever can. It crosses paths as well, so you end up driving on both lanes of the track, because obviously of the crossover sections in the track and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's quite fun, quite interesting. I enjoy them very much. There's really not a lot else to say about the game other than what I've mentioned. So if anyone's got any questions or anything regarding either the run or the game, feel free to ask. I'll try my best to answer them. I promise this will be the last thing. So this stage on the PS1 is supposed to takes around just a little under 3 minutes, but yet on PC you can do it in 2:55, 2:54. Fastest I think I've done is 2:53, that sort of thing. Tuning, no, it's not really worth the time loss. So the only times I usually change the car is Kenya, because of the speed, which is what we need. So I'll mention this quickly. So if you go up here, you can cut between these grass planks here, and that cuts that little bit of the track out, and you can also keep yourself flat out as well. And also this left hand curve here cuts behind these trees. It's basically a straight line in the corner. So yeah, tuning is something that I barely do on this run. Mainly, like I said, the gearbox is the main one, and then the other one is the tyres. Now, the only time I change tyres, as most of the guys in the Colin McRae Rally speedrunning community will know, or if you've ever seen any of my runs before, they are, the only time I change the tyres is in the UK, because the weather's always changing there, and Britain being Britain, or UK being UK, or England being miserable, or whatever you want to say, it rains, and it's not fun. So what I usually do is, you'll probably see me do it near the end of this run, at the UK, but the UK run will usually consist of me checking the weather. I never go into the rally without checking the weather. It's just so that if you know, I start the rally and it's raining, I don't want to be skipping and putting on the wrong tyres, if that makes sense. So I always check the weather. So I found out, like I said, I found out the hard way in the past that you should check the weather before you go out on stage. I know for a fact that most of the stages that I do in this game don't require a tyre change of any kind, because I don't need to change them. This is why we voted for Brexit, yeah, exactly. Because it has crap weather. But yeah, if anyone's got any other questions, feel free to ask. I don't mind, I'll answer them. If there's anything that will come to mind, I'll probably mention it. But at the moment, it's like, I got nothing. Look through these trees, only briefly. I should have gone round the back of them other 2 trees, but never mind. This should be easily sub 240. So the Seat, the reason being for the Seat is mainly because of it has a better top speed and its acceleration is a lot better. That, and it handles quite well compared to the other cars. So the weight difference is not really something you can do. Can you get completely out of the track, as in like an out of bounds glitch? Not that I know of, no. There is parts of the track that you can cut on some stages and the game will not respawn you. As far as I know, the cuts that I've taken, if I go any further out, the game will reset me. So it does have like an anti-cheating system in place to stop you from just completely beelining across the stage and allowing you to gain like a 30-second stage time when it should take you like 2.5 minutes. Really, to be honest, the only cuts that the only ones that I'll be using are the ones that we've all found as a group, really. And then obviously I've used all of them in one go. So, just to answer Lone's question actually real quick. So the reason for the SEAT, like I said, it's mainly the best for acceleration. It's the lightest of the bunch. Now, I can't say for exactly like how much it outweighs the other cars. But the cars that I use, or have used in the past, include the Subaru Impreza. I've used that for a run, especially when I first started this. That was a pretty good stage time. So when I first started running this, I used the Subaru Impreza, found out the SEAT is actually the quickest car, and went from there really. I didn't think the SEAT was the quickest, to tell you the truth. I thought the SEAT, I remember when I played the game when I was younger, I hated the SEAT. I thought it was the slowest and the worst car, but it was quite ironic to find out it's actually a quick car. It's probably the quickest. Now, out of all the cars, the slowest is probably, that class is under one of two cars. I can't say for exactly which, but either the Ford Focus, the original that is, not the 99 one or anything like that, that's the one that the game gives you, or the Toyota Corolla. Both cars are actually relatively light, however they have got, even though the horsepower blocks are the same, so it's got apparently the same amount of horsepower, it doesn't put your foot, you can't put your foot down as soon. So I'm just going to quickly go up here, because that gets that bit off. So it actually doesn't have as much power, and obviously you want as much power as you can get, not like going overly over the top with power. If I could put the top 6 cars, or the 6 cars that you can choose from, if I had to put them in order, it was probably, the SEAT would be number 1, second would probably be the Subaru, then closely followed by Peugeot 206 or the Mitsubishi Lancer. I'd probably say that tied for third. And can I get around this corner? Yep, I can. So, and then obviously the last two being either, again, I can't really decide on which way round it would be. So either the, what's the other one? The Toyota or the Ford. I can't really decide. So originally, like I said, we've got 5 stages in this rally, so it's like, oh yeah, you've done 4 stages, and then there's a 5th stage. And that's it really. Toyota Corolla best car. Yeah, Grim's, I know Grim from, he's been in my stream a few times, I know that he's a fan of the Toyota Corolla. I just don't know how to drive it. It's just, it is the slowest. Unfortunately, it's not like the ones that you see on like, what was the, is it Densha DD or something or other? I forgot the name of the game. Or whatever they are. Them, you know, Toyotas are seen as like the best car to use in like an anime, aren't they? It's like, oh look, another anime, and what's the car they use? A Toyota Corolla. I forgot the name of the actual, it's a TV show or something it's based off, isn't it? I forgot the name of the TV show. But I know that Toyotas are quite popular in anime, so, or something like that. And Nissan Sylvias and all that jazz. So this is what I was on about with the Super Special stage. And as you can see on the bottom left, we have a map. Initial D, that's the name of the show. Thank you very much. So yeah, you can see at the bottom, there's a map. That obviously shows us what, where we are and where the opponent is. So, it's probably a good time to actually mention this. There's a weird glitch that you can do, and I say weird glitch, it's a glitch that the PC version has for some weird reason. Don't quote me on why this has got a glitch, but it has. PS1 doesn't have this glitch, fortunately. So, when you do these super special stages, if you do them with manual gears, for some weird reason there is lag input. no matter what controller you use or what method you use. So for example, if I used keyboard to do this, it would have the same effect. I don't know why the glitch is in the game or why it's a thing, but it just is. It's a bit weird, to be honest. Also, I think we should be underestimate by about 2 or 3 minutes. And a 117 is pretty good. Why do I use manual over automatic? So the reason why I use manual over automatic is obviously because it is faster. Automatic can be faster on some stages though. The most notable, which I've not messed up much so far, is the start of the race. Start of the stage, my bad. So right at the start of the stage, you have a countdown, obviously, and when he hits go, you've got to put it in gear. Now, with automatic gears, the game does it automatically, obviously. Hey, see what I did there? Yes, the game puts it obviously straight in first at the moment he says go. But if you don't click go, as in if you don't click gear up as soon as he says go, your car's stuck in neutral up until you decide to move. The timer goes as soon as he says go, but the car doesn't move. If that makes sense. So you can lose time in that regard, and in the super special stages as well. But it's not too bad. So that's literally, that shortcut I just took was a minor shortcut. I can't really think if there's many big shortcuts you take in this one. It's mainly just about getting your car right, as in timing it right, and getting it in on the right speed. I believe like the world record for these stages, the France stages anyway, a lot quicker than what I'm going to be doing, but obviously I'm not here for setting world records on the stages. I'm here to do the run, which is what most people don't do on the stages. Anyway, yeah, so regarding the stage times, that the world record guys that actually hold the world records for these stages, they do these stages, and I'm not joking, with no brakes. No, I did the run yesterday. Yeah, you did. Nice job, by the way, man. So yeah, the world records don't use brakes, and I'm not joking, they literally use just use gears. So for example, like there, I didn't use brakes, I just changed the car's gear down, which allowed me to go around that corner without using my brakes. That is pretty much what the world record guys do. That was a pretty decent first stage. Yes, that joke works, because yeah, I do have world record. I'm a bit unfortunate. But did you run the run? I did not run the run. That was Zoton yesterday that did that, which he got a PB in yesterday, so that's pretty good of him. Yeah, there's not really much else I can mention about this, to be honest. I mean, other than what I've spoke about, if there's anything to mention, I don't think I've got anything left. Yeah, any questions, far away, as per usual. Feel free, I can answer them. In Dirt Rally, before moving, your co-driver says go, and you can save some time. No, it doesn't actually work in this game, no. So the thing is, the idea is, as soon as it's all about getting it perfect. So I think in Dirt Rally you hold the handbrake, if I remember rightly. You hold the handbrake and put it in gear, I think, is that right? And then obviously when he says go, you release the handbrake and the gears and you're off. I think that's how it is, or the clutch or whatever. But in this game that doesn't work, so even if you were trying to hold the handbrake and the gear at the same time, you wouldn't be able to set off like you can in Dirt Rally, unfortunately, so it doesn't work in that regard. And next CMR2, clutch, yeah. There's no clutch thing available in this game, it's literally just manual automatic, so To answer your question, Lucky, when am I next doing 100% run of CMR2? Probably when I'm dead. I don't think I'm going to be doing... Oh, well, I say that, you can never be too sure with me, but considering my working situation at the moment, I'm out looking for work and all that stuff. I don't know when I'm going to get time to do 100% run. It might be when... It'll probably be New Year or something like that. I've literally got nothing. I've got literally no time that I can fit 100% running, because 100% run is, as you know, 9 and a bit hours. And there's no way I can fit that in my life, as daft as it sounds. So yeah, that sucks. And you also notice as well, I've not mentioned this, you'll notice, you lot, that I haven't repaired my car. I don't repair my car. That's because if I did repair my car, I'd lose a lot of time. So by not repairing the car, you save time. But then you're like, well, that's a stupid idea. What happens if you crash into a tree? Like I nearly just did. That wasn't intentional, by the way, that just happened. It's like, well, what happens if you crash into a tree? Then your car's wrecked. Well, yes. But usually I try to keep the car from being smashed up. So I try to keep it from being, you know, out of the barriers or wall or whatever you want to call it. And it basically just allows me to save time in the long run. So the ideal way of getting a good time for this run is just to keep your car from getting smashed up. It's as simple as that. Keep your car from getting smashed up, drive as fast as you, assumingly possible, as fast as you can, through the stages, and setting some pretty good lap times or stage times or whatever, and then go from there. So these last two stages are pretty hard on the brakes and the tyres. Which controller is the fastest? So I use the Xbox 360 controller, and I know what a lot of people are thinking. Why do you use the 360? Why not an Xbox One? Mainly because I haven't got an Xbox One controller for my PC yet. I'm working on it. Out of the fastest tools for the job, it has to go down as... If it's like between pad, wheel and controller, I'd probably say pad. Unfortunately, for all those wheel users out there, which I know there's a lot of. Yeah, pad's relatively quicker, but if you can get good on a wheel, I definitely wouldn't say the wheel is out of the question as being the slowest. I'd say you've definitely got a chance. Theoretical world record with task driving, good question. Well, honestly, we don't know. My best bet would be a sub 126. That would put it about a minute faster than what I've got. So at the moment, the world record, which is held by me, the one, as I smashed my car there, 126.58. But I reckon a task, if you get it extremely fast, you could probably cut that down to, crack into a 125 with ease, I'd say. But that's a task. Plus, the weather changes, so you'd have to get good RNG with weather as well. Regarding why I don't use keyboard, mainly because I don't like it. I used to use keyboard a lot, but then I found out I could use pad, and I'm more or less used to pad controls. I don't know why I can drive better with a pad than I do a keyboard. I used to drive with a keyboard all the time. Never did speedruns with a keyboard, but I did drive with a keyboard on the game, and then I picked up my 360 pad and started playing with that. Felt a lot more comfortable with my driving, and then that was that really. There's nothing else I can mention other than that. Is there anything else I can mention? Probably not, it's just that really. Like I said, I bet you could probably do well with a wheel, but your guess would be as good as mine. Oh, that was lucky. Right, so I don't think I'm going to mess up here. No, I didn't. That's good. Yeah, I do think wheel would be quick, but I don't think it would be that quick. But again, you'd have to master the wheel to do well. Because obviously, more or less, the old games are suited better to a pad than anything else. Yeah, a wheel would probably be slower, but I'm pretty sure you could get it up to the same scratch as a pad, if you tried. Again, that's if you tried. If you were pushing like crazy and you knew exactly when the car was stepping out and how to catch it back and everything like that, then yeah, you'd probably be there, but again, you probably wouldn't have a chance at beating the times that a pad could do. Again, I'd like to be proven wrong with a wheel. I have tried playing this game with a wheel. I did when I was younger, and I remember it being not too great because of its handling. But like I said, in the long shot, you never know. You can get someone that will come across that'll be like, they'll be on the wheel, but like, dude, how are you so fast? Wheel. I mean, the wheel could have an advantage. You never know. You know, more accurate steering. There's a lot of things in it that could make a wheel quicker than what we've got here. So, but yeah, I don't know really. It's kind of interesting really, the whole pad versus wheel. I know it comes up for every racing game there is. It's like, which is quicker, a pad or a wheel? Usually it's a wheel. And to be honest, that never surprises me. That was also a pretty damn good France, I'm not gonna lie. So that was France. We now move on to Sweden, which has a really big shortcut coming up as well. It's not in this stage, unfortunately. There is a cut that you can do, a shortcut that you can do, which is right near the end of the stage. But then that is pretty much it for shortcuts on the stage. There's no others. Unfortunately, it's just a case of, right, drive the stage as you would, and go from there. Yeah, so I can't really mention anything else. Again, any questions, far away. I'm always open. This one's going actually pretty decently so far. Not nowhere near world record pace because I know the times were a lot slower, but not too slow. Like I said, I think we should crack a 127 or maybe 128 with this. With ease. Considering my Toyota run in practice was pretty slow. That's the slowest time I've probably ever done. Have I ever played Screamer Rally or any of the Screamer games? I haven't, no. To tell you the truth, I'd never even heard of Screamer Rally. Screamer Rally, there we go. Need to pronounce it properly. I've never tried it, no. Like I said, I've never heard of it, so... Come on! Ooh, nearly. I'm guessing I'm missing out on Screamer Rally. Also, Zoton, I don't mean to alarm you, but I found a way around my emulator problem regarding Need for Speed The Run. Basically, how I mentioned it comes up with a problem, so an error. I found out that if I just literally click off the error, as in X the error off, it basically lets the game carry on so I can continue to do my run. So it wouldn't be like, right, I've got to restart my run. Well, I say, you know, is that alarming? Not really. I can, obviously, you know, do I know what the error is? It comes up as runtime error. You know, graphics. That's mainly the error, and it just says, it usually comes up with, the game will now crash, or soft lock, or whatever it says. It says the game will now be stuck on this, the game will now do this or something. But yeah, I'll get some details on it. It's not the first Need for Speed game that it's related to either. Also, Glitchy Sky, because Windows 7 fix does this. Not even joking, I've tried fixing this problem. Yeah, it could be an emulator promo, or it could be the drivers, you're right. You never know. Also, for anyone that's got photo epilepsy, I'm sorry. This is out of my control. I will show you this big shortcut, by the way. I was going to say, prepare to have your mind blown, but you probably won't. In fact, it involves wrecking the car. Out of all things. Just pretend it's lightning. Yeah. Just pretend that's lightning, guys. There we go. Right, so this is like the major big shortcut. The UK's probably got bigger, but this is the major one. Oh, is there a thunderstorm? There we go. Right, so you do this, you flip the car over, and it just glitches you past the fence. So you can literally just do this. It just cuts all this ice section out. Unfortunately, you do have to roll the car. You can get the car to glitch, like that. There you go. Ta-da! Right, now, that's probably about, I would say half the stage, but that's it. Maybe make sure it's the same resolution. Yeah, maybe. I'll have a look into the problem though with the emulator. Yeah, lol, what? So I skipped pretty much half of the stage there. What I did was, luckily, this was somebody else by the way that found that. But what it was the, if you flip the car over, it spawns you past. Oh, okay, fair enough, Zone. Yeah, so it spawns you past the flag and spawns you a bit down the stage. It skips like a load of the curve. Now, if I did that ice section, did the stage normally, my final time would be 240, 250. Sorry, sub 3 minutes, so like 250, 3 minutes. But by doing that, it's caused me to do a 231 for a stage time, which is pretty sweet. So some guy actually, and again, I'm not going to repair a car. So some guy actually found that, thanks to, he was doing a individual level run for the game, and he did it on Sweden. He actually beat me, and I was like, oh right, why has he beat me? Checked and found out he was using that little trick to beat me. That's how he beat me by, I think it was like 20 or 30 seconds. So I was like, ooh, I could use that. So I used that. I did a run, used the exact same trick that he did, and came out on top by about 10 seconds. So I ended up beating him by 10 seconds. But that was because of using his trick. I thought, wait a minute, I can use that in the any percent run because I have to go through a stage anyway. It's a stage that I have to cover. I was like, sweet. So I thought, oh well, I need all the time save I can get with this run, really. So I think, just to maybe mention this, I don't know if this is worth mentioning anyway, but here it goes. So I joined the McRae Rally speedrunning community last December. And so I joined the McRae Rally speedrunning community last December, I think, by doing a run of this game on the PlayStation 1, and my final time was like a 140, and we ended up going, right, okay, well, I'm going to try and do the run a bit quicker. Did another run because I knew exactly what I was doing. You also get these weird glitchy effects happening, which do go, thankfully. And yeah, so the time was like a 140 something or 141, I can't remember. And then I did another run, improved it, got to like a 138. And I realised that everybody else was on PC, so I'd made the switch to PC, completely smashed the world record at that point, which was like a 137 at the time, by a guy called the Franzowski. I don't know if he's here, he might be, he might not be. But anyway, this guy had obviously had the world record. I was like, yeah, my drawing's pretty good. And then, next thing I knew, you know, he was pretty quick, and I was like, oh, I don't think, I'll probably beat him. I'd say I could probably beat him by like a minute or two. And I beat him by like 8 minutes. So I was like, yo, this is pretty good. And then next thing I know, there was a guy called Lucky, who I believe is here in chat. He joined the fray and ended up coming second best, but I know that it wasn't just like, because the time he's done is like a 129 something, or whatever it is, but he was improving on his. I don't know if he's still trying to improve. He probably is still trying to improve at some point, but yeah, I do what I do, like, we're trying to grow this like little community, so if anybody is interested, we're always looking for newcomers, really. I don't mean newcomers who we can come and like smash in the face and get out the way, that sort of thing. I mean people who speedrun the game. There's not a lot of people that speedrun it, so adding to that factor would be, you know, would be awesome. CMR2 does not like Windows 10. Yeah, so it's a good job Lucky just brought that up. So I say recently, so I think it was 2 or 3 months ago. About 2 or 3 months ago. Lucky and another guy in the community called Bunny, or Poji Bunny, he's from Poland I think. They both installed CMR2 on Windows 10. Unfortunately, there's frame rate issues or something or other. So if you are on Windows 10, it might not be. I mean, you'd be alright with the PlayStation 1 emulator, I suppose, but obviously the main one being, well, you wanted to do a run on the PC, that's the fastest way of doing it, then that's fine, you know, feel free. Stage 4 though, thank you. Yeah, so it has frame rate issues, unfortunately, and there's no way around it. I even mentioned, well, why don't you try the Windows 7 patch, it might work, and apparently it doesn't. That doesn't help at all. Like, it doesn't even make a difference. It's literally just as bad as before. So, how I'm getting it to work is running it on Windows 7, which is what I've always run it on. I used to run it runs on Windows XP, but then again, considering that Windows XP was the 2000 operating system, as well as like Windows 2000 and all the rest of it, it runs pretty decently on Windows XP. This game doesn't ask for much RAM or graphical input, so you don't need a strong graphics card to run it. I'm not sure about Windows 8, don't quote me. I think Windows 8 has a few problems as well, so anything that's Windows 7 above, Windows 8 or above will have issues. If you're Windows 7, it works just fine, because obviously there's a Windows 7 fix. It's like XP, everyone probably remembers XP. Remember those good old days when you had dial-up connection, games were more complete, yada yada yada. be right back installing XP. Fine, besides this guy. Yeah, Windows 7, you're right, Zotan, on that one, thank you. Windows 7 works, but yeah. Oh, you weren't in the days of dial-up, were you? I was. God, I used to hate that bloody dial-up connection crap. I hated it. I hated it. Australia, another one. It doesn't rain usually here. You'd be surprised if it does. You're one of those that didn't have dial-up. Lucky you. Am I calling you young? No, man. No. You're lucky. You probably did have... Did you have dial-up at any point during your time? Just to ask. You must have had dial-up at some stage. You must have. I had dial-up for like 4 years. That's pretty good. You're using Windows 98. Bloody hell. Good grief. To do that? Is that how you pronounce it? God. Windows 98. I remember I used to have Windows 98 on my old PC. Main... Ooh. Whoa. Car. Oh my god. Yeah, dial-up connections. And AOR chat rooms. AOL chat rooms. Jesus Christ. Can't English today. Took me like 20 minutes to download. It's like, yeah, those were the days. Oh my god. I have to admit, I remember when we first got broadband installed, and it was like, at the time, I was like, oh my god, we got broadband, yes, we got broadband. And then, over the years, I actually asked my dad, I was like, what, you remember that white broadband box we had when we first got broadband installed? He's like, yeah. What was the internet speed, can you remember? He went, yeah, it was like 0.6 upload and 3.2 download. I was like, wow, that was crap. Oh my god. I was like, Jesus, that's bad. And then we got upgraded and it went from like a 0.8 connection to 4 megabyte, I think it is all megabit, upload, and we're at like 32 download now. It's just ridiculous. Crazy how far it's come. I still remember oh yeah, oh. Evil, you look like, you sound like you've seen like the worst of it. When Windows 3.1 was a thing and DOS and all the rest of it. Megabit, that's right. I think it was, I started with XP, Bill's Rushman. I think the systems I had when I was younger was, I started off with Windows 98. Yeah, Windows 98, moved to Windows XP, and then went from XP to Windows 7. Skipped Vista 2000, pretty sure they're practically the same thing. Well, was there any others that I missed? I don't think there's, probably is a few others that I've missed if I have. Yeah, like I said, Australia just has a shortcut more or less near the end. And it's not good that we damage our gearbox. I'll have to deal with the damaged gearbox for this probably, unfortunately. We should be okay. Yeah, 56k dial-up connections, Jesus. Dial-up modems. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy to think how far we've come in the last 20 years. I mean, probably expanding on 30 years. I mean, I've only been around for the last 20, so, because I'm only, 20, so all I've seen is like, whoa, we've gone from dial-up to broadband, connections of less than a megabit to 200 megabit download, or if you're lucky, more than that. Whereas a lot of people have gone for like, oh, back in my day, I remember when we didn't even have the internet. Internet wasn't even a thing, we had a skipping rope. It's like, so how do you talk to your friends? Easy. It's like, how did you talk to your friends? Easy, we played out with each other. Right, thanks for that, Grandma. It's just funny when your parents turn around and go, oh yeah, I remember when I didn't have internet back in my day. It's like, oh, please don't go over this again. Nah, I'm only kidding. They don't go on about it that much. I just remember, like, my dad goes on about like internet connections. Like, what's wrong with that stupid internet box? Now we've lost internet connection again. I'm like, Dad, you're too far away from it. He's like, we shouldn't be too far away. We're in the same bloody house. I'm thinking, oh dear. Seem like you lads are making me feel old. Why? How old is everybody? Evil's 30. What do you know? Yeah, so I'm 20. Evil, you're 30. How old is everybody in chat anyway? If they don't mind me asking. We had to look up our stuff in books instead of Wikipedia. Yeah, exactly. Those were the days, weren't they? You wanted to find something, it's like, yeah. If you wanted to find something, you had to go to a fucking library to find something. Ninputs, you're 22. Man, I don't believe that. That sounds stupid, but seriously. Ninputs, I don't believe you. You look younger than me. I'm not even joking. I remember tuning in for when you did your not Sonic Battle, the Need for Speed stuff. Oh, so we got a lot of 20 something. We've got 130, 40 plus maybe. If that person's right. We've got one maybe teen. Oh my god. There's a fair range. It's mainly within like the 20s and 30s then. I am really 22. Yeah, don't worry, dude. I don't worry in inputs. I do believe you, but man, I remember when I watched you on stream, I was like, the fact that you said you're 20, what is it, 22? I'm like, no, you can't be 22. You look 18, if that, 18, 19. Ah, right. That's a big giveaway. To do over, please share. Yeah, please share. Rather than just keeping us guessing. 27. Oh, nice. I was gonna say, so that means most of us here are probably like 90 babies, but we're not. We weren't. Not everybody is. Some of us were. Actually, no. Anyone that's like, hang on, 99. So anyone that's 22. No, anyone here that's 18 or older. Actually, anyone that's raised between 18 and 28, I think, is a 90s baby. Am I right? Something like that. I know it's a bit off topic, but whatever. Most people don't think you're 22 because of all the complicated stuff you tend to talk about. Grim, it doesn't... I don't think it matters, to be honest. I mean, if you know your stuff, you know your stuff. Like, remember when you used to talk to me in my streams, it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this for this, and I'm coding that. I'm like, I've never done that before. You know a lot more than I do. I mean, that's pretty good for being, if you're 22 and you know that much. Good grief. It really is. We're gonna go wide. I'm gonna go into the crowd. I was gonna say we're just gonna sit there and do a few donuts. No, we're not, because that's just time wasting. Come on. Through the trees. If I don't hit any of them. There we go. And so 2:30 for time? Yes. My cousin was born in January 2000, just on the cusp. Ooh. I'm a bit chubby, so I suppose that makes me look younger. I'm not gonna lie. When I kind of thought you resembled me a little bit, so I was like, he's either 19 or he's 20. But 22, I was like, nah. I never would have thought you would be 22 now, but anyway, I'll stop going on about everyone's age. Well, yeah, it's interesting to see like what sort of audience this is drawn in. So it's like my number is my year of birth. It's 2015. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh dear. 10 years of my 10-year anniversary of programming. God. Do you know what? I feel sorry for, this might sound stupid, but I feel sorry for the kids that were born in the last 5 or 6 years, and they've been born into the worst, like, era of, well, what can I mention? They were born in probably the worst era of music I've ever heard. I'm just you know, for me, I'm not, half the music that's released nowadays, I'm like, turn this crap off. There's something better on. Yeah, because college and no kids. Yeah, most speedrunners are probably born in the 20s. True. I don't know if anybody here remembers a guy called, well, it's probably Zoton that probably remembers him. I don't know if anybody else does. A guy called Adam AK, who's a speedrunner. Well, he was. He used to speedrun GTA Vice City. So I don't know if anyone remembers him. And I agree, Fightbot, I agree. So I think this stream is about speedrunning, right? Yeah, it is. I know we're just going off topic, but I don't know. Just talk about whatever. Don't bring up me and Adam. Wait, did you have a fight or something? Please don't tell me you had a fight or something online. Please don't tell me. I thought Adam was pretty good. I liked what he did. I was watching back, like, somebody did like a half-an-hour clip, like, best of Adam AK. And I watched it and I was like, that's pretty good. Wait, we talking about age? No. I just thought I'd move the topic over, Lone. Unfortunately. But yeah, I think one of the first streamers I ever watched was Adam. If I'm honest. GTA 5 happened. Yeah, that's probably why he disappeared. It's just like, no, screw this, I'm done. To be fair, the only game I remember him touching was GTA 3 and Vice City. I don't remember him touching San Andreas. Or anything else for that matter. So that's interesting. Next rally, yay! Right. There you go. Yeah, I think, when did I start watching speedrunning? I think, do you know what Zoltan? I actually remember, I think me and you probably started watching him at the same time, because that was when I started watching him. Well, when was the SA 13 though? That was, what was it, was that April 2013 when that was? Because I remember watching him in 2012, 2013 time. I only used to follow him for GTA, to be honest. Oh, August 2013. Yeah, so that sounds about right. Yeah, Adam AK. Well, it was pretty sound, to be honest. I remember watching him when he did that. He did a 100% run of, I think it was Vice City, and then played The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess as well. Something like that, and it took him like 23.5 hours or something. I remember waking up the next morning and he just finished. I was like, oh my god! Jesus Christ, it's taking 23 hours! Yeah, that was pretty fun. I didn't watch him for the whole 23 hours, I just fell asleep after about, I think I got to midnight here in UK, and I was like, you've been watching him now for 10 hours. I give up. I watch him in the morning, so I watched him, and then I think I captured his final time when he'd finished. That was quite funny. There was also that time when, I don't remember who it was, there was a GTA Vice City race for 100%, and one guy fell asleep, and I don't remember who it was that was speedrunning, unfortunately, but I remember going, well, I was like watching thinking, wait a minute, this guy's not even moving, and I was like, he's asleep. I guess it is physically draining, GTA 100%, I guess. And P Flair, what's up, dude? Uh-oh. Yeah, how's it going? Longest run I've ever done is probably, yeah, it probably was CMR2. Oh, that was what happens on. Ah, I didn't know that. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't remember having getting into many fights, to be honest. But anyway, it's all in the past, right? All in the past. Yeah, so this was the one I meant when I said about having the gears extended, so they're a lot longer. So originally the car should top out at 120, but with the extended gears it tops out about near 140. And this is pretty much the end. This is pretty much the whole stage almost. Oh, maybe. He says as he nearly goes off the track. The most iconic stage of the game is coming up next as well. Kenya Stage 3. Ah, that was in 2015 or 2014. Ah, okay. Someone asked him on Ask FM. Oh, well, I remember when I used to use that. I used Ask FM in years. I don't know why I stopped using it. I think probably just because I couldn't be bothered. Nobody asked me. I asked like people to ask me questions, and someone's like, "Are you a moron?" I was like, just replied back, "No. Whoever's asked this question is the moron." I don't remember why I stopped using that, but I remember asking. Yeah, it's interesting though. Yeah. Other than this gearbox change, there really isn't much else I can mention. I think answering your question, Zoltan, he hasn't streamed. He did stream a few months back, but that was months ago. Also, sub 2 minutes for that stage. That's usually a good sign. If you get sub 2 minutes, that's pretty good. Sub 2 minutes. So you'll notice by now, this has gone pretty quick. It goes relatively fast, which is good. Yeah. It's gone relatively quick, this one. I can't actually see, I'm guessing I'm doing good up on time. Has anyone got like a time stamp mark they could give me? Possibly. So like what the timer was at when I started stage 3, or literally just as it loaded in. Has anyone got a time mark, possibly? Last video I was always, yeah, it's been a couple of months so on, to be honest. I've not really seen him stream, to be honest. I mean, he has been streaming, but I've not really been tuning in when he has streamed either, because I've been at work or they're just not interested in me. The only reason I used to watch him was because of GTA and because obviously he moved away. 1 minute? Damn, I better hurry up. Come on, I gotta go faster, gotta go faster, gotta go faster. I don't. This won't be that close. One minute, 1 hour, 15 seconds at the line. I think we're on target to finish under estimate. It's like 1 minute. Yep. We're 4 seconds ahead of you all. Really? That can't be right. No. No way. I can't be ahead of my world record. If this is a world record, I will cry with tears of joy. And no, I'm not kidding. Huh. Well, that's pretty good to know. Yeah, but the thing is, did the timer start bang on when I started? Because that's where the timer starts. Just to quickly mention to whoever's on the timer, and that's a white spike. So whoever's on the timer, just to mention, yeah, world record during a marathon. I'm guessing there's not been a world record yet. Yeah, so whoever's on the timer, whether it's Nimputs or whoever, Kona or whoever's on timer-wise, time is after I cross the finish line on the last stage. So I'll just say time, like everyone else has done for their runs. And then you'll know. Also, come on, we're nearly at the end of Kenya. I say that, we've got a super special stage to do. Oh, night barrel's on time. Oh, sweet. Like I said, if this is world record, I'm gonna cry. I'm trying not to think about that, because honestly, I feel my driving has not been that great. So night barrel's on timer, and no, we haven't had a world record in this marathon yet. Oh my god, what is the ground doing? Ah! Oh my god. But we've had some PBs. Okay, that's cool. That's good. Good to know. This will not be a PB because PB is world record, so if I have a PB, it is world record, essentially. I'll be pretty freaking happy. And yeah, I will do. You've no idea how many times that bridge has screwed everybody over in this game. But yeah, like I said in inputs, I will give you a heads up when I'm done. Or when I'm on the last stage. Italy's not a fun one. I'll give you, just to give everyone a heads up, so there's 2 rallies left after this one. So the rallies are Italy and UK. And UK is where it all counts. I would say that's like, oh, that's going to make or break a run, that is. But it doesn't. Not usually. Talking about Feel Old, the new thingy movie. Hey, thanks for the good look, little bot. Appreciate it. There's a new Hey Arnold movie. I don't even remember. I remember Hey Arnold, but there's a new, they've remade that. They made a new movie out of it. What the hell? The only film I want to go and watch right now is The Incredibles 2. because it's been a long 13, 14 years. Come on. Ooh! That was close. Okay, come on, move to the next rally, please! Please, please, please. Okay, Italy's a bit of hard. This is hard. For me, difficulty doesn't get any harder than this. And also, that's what happens if you miss the gear change. It is pretty much a concentration fest for this. Incredibles 2, everyone's like, hey, Incredibles 2! I've been saying this to myself, but I hope that when they do release it, I think it's next summer, isn't it? When they do release it, that it covers what happened at the end of the first film where they had that Underminer guy, whatever he was called. When he came out of the ground, he's like, behold the Underminer! When he comes out of the ground. I'm hoping that with a bit of luck, it carries on and they have to take him down. Obviously, Syndrome's dead anyway, isn't he? He went through... Spoiler alert if you didn't already know. He died, because obviously he went through... what was it? He went through a... what was it? A jet turbine? Jet engine? I think they made the game, didn't they? The Incredibles Rise of the Underminer. If I remember rightly. But they never released a film about it, so I'm hoping the film follows the game? Or the film's actually good and just carries on from where the family left off. I'm hoping, anyway. I've got hopes for the film. I've not got high hopes, because it's a Disney film. But considering, yeah, it's been like what, 14 years? 13, 14 years since the first film released? Since The Incredibles released. Yeah, we'll find out. Not high hopes, it's Pixar. Yeah, but Pixar haven't made the greatest of films all the time. Not every film that's come out of Pixar has actually been good. I can't name one off the top of my head, but I know I'm not a fan of all of them. That's just me though. I have to admit, Toy Story 3 was not great. Cars was okay, Cars 2 was bad. I've not seen the third one yet. I think I played Cars 1 the other day. As long as it's not Michael Bay, yeah. Dude, how many Transformers films do you need to make? Oh my god. The guy's made that many. Next one will be Transformers. I've no clue what's going to happen now. He'll literally do that. That's probably what one's going to be called eventually. Transformers, the unknown title. Imagine that, it comes out. What the hell is this? Behold, Transformers. The unknown title. What's in it? I don't know. We're just like discussing like with Michael Bay, right? We've got an idea. We need to make a new Transformers film. What we're gonna call it? I've no idea. That's genius. We'll call it Transformers: The Unknown Title. It's like, oh my god. Everyone sees the trailer, and it's literally just we don't know what to put here, so have some footage from the other Transformer trailers. Also, that Sausage Party film, I've not seen any of it. I think maybe 1 or 2 clips, but it just looks stupid. I'm like, why the hell would you make a film like that? Clearly the development budget just went out the window and went, what are we going to do? I know what we should do. Well, we've done the film on superheroes, we've done the film on cars. Why don't we do something on supermarket products? No, we can't just do anything, no. Not like anything's going to work. I've got it. We'll do it on sausages. You reckon it'll work? Yeah, have some swearing and all sorts in it. Also, cut time. There we go. It's pretty funny. Did they ever make... Actually, that's something. Did they ever make a sequel to Ratatouille? I don't think they did they? Or did they? I don't remember. I don't remember them making a sequel to Ratatouille. You know, quote me if I am wrong, by the way. Quote me if I'm wrong. The dev budget was so low, people had to do unpaid work. Ouch. That sucks. Ooh, it could rain. Please don't rain. So this stage has a bit of a pain in the ass to it. Apologies for swearing, but oh well. Yeah, so it's a bit of a pain, this. One of these corners is very sharp. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is. It's that. No, it's not. It's this one. That one there. That's it. Unpaid and they'll be barred from watching it. Oh my god. Can anyone imagine if they made a Ratatouille sequel? I mean, I go and watch it, but I can't imagine what it'd be about. What even happened to Ratatouille? What even happened in that film? I remember something about a rat cooking because of a dead chef. A chef died. Rat cooks food, helps a human. Human falls in love with a woman. Guy, food inspector comes round and something. I don't remember. I completely forgot. I think it was a good movie. Yeah, Ratatouille was decent. Doubt they're ever going to make any of the old films. I mean, they did another Monsters Inc. film, which didn't turn out too great from the original. Would they ever make a Bug's Life 2? It depends. I know I'm just going off like top of my head, but does anyone want any sequels from any of the Pixar films that have been released? I know people want The Lion King 2, but newsflash, that's already been made. So essentially you'd be asking for a Lion King 3, essentially. Or The Lion King 3. My bad. Also, it doesn't matter that I'm smashing the car to pieces here, like you've probably noticed. It's not too bad for smashing the car up this rally. I don't like this. Like, whoa, Lordmo stepped in. Whoa, Mr. Boiling Films here? Yes, I believe so, yeah. Everyone's getting so hyped up about that at my workplace. I was like, oh my god, the Lion King. I'm like, big deal. Like, you just turn around and go, like, what? Like, what? You don't like, what, like, I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean, big deal? I went, big deal, they're remaking The Lion King. What's going to happen in it? Simba's going to die again, is he? Simba's going to die? It's like, no. I'm like, so what's going to happen then? Tell me. What will happen? I don't know. Well, you know, it's like, what's going to happen? I don't know. And then they found out that I didn't like... I'm not a fan of a lot of film series, so I'm not a fan of Star Wars or Star Trek. Wasn't a fan of Lord of the Rings. I'm not a fan of The Lion King. You should see the look on the faces at my workplace when I went. I'm not really a fan of Star Wars, or I don't really like The Lion King. And they went, get out! Get out! And I'm like, just chill. In the modern age now, you can just go, I don't like that film. Rather than me go say something like, I don't like the film, I think it's a pile of crap, and completely ruin someone's emotion for it, and then they have a go at me, I just go, I'm not a fan of that film, I don't like that film. And then, it's just like, you know... To be fair, I've not been to a Disney store. I don't work in a Disney store. Never have. Probably never will. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. There should be another one that I can cut. Is it here? Yep, it's here. So there's only little cuts here. There's a major cut here, which is just literally... It's straight line in it. There we go. Just need to straight line this corner, and then I think in a minute I'm going to get past these rocks. Yep. Straight line this. Ta-da! Not much else to do. Ooh. Don't worry, yeah, I'm going to shut up about moves anyway. Brings me back to my original topic. Does anybody need to know anything about this? So anything about either the car I'm using, the game itself, questions, I don't mind, I'll answer them. You can ask me about my username if you want. Maybe he's looking for inspiration on how to move faster. Oh, how to work faster. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah, maybe. It's working for a marathon thing, so yes. Oh, fair enough, fair dues. Yay! Right, okay, here we go. I need to check the weather. Is it raining? Yes, it's raining. We've got the bad strat. Are there any memes that we should be aware of? Probably not. Are we any good on time? I think we should be alright on time right now. So, this is where another load of shortcuts happen. So originally you go behind that banner there, and behind the trees. I don't do that. I don't cut behind the trees there. God. Oh, nice. Oh, 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 oh. Ho, 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 ho. This, if I don't mess it up, this could be world record. But let's not think about that, shall we? Right, so you've noticed how I've cut through most of them trees? Yeah, that's not the big shortcut. The big shortcut's is what is about to come. So here's the shortcut. So as you go down here, this is part of the stage. And like Zoltan had his out of bounds, you can do this. Where that is there, through you go, and you're off. Go as fast as you dare, you jump over that, whack your car against that. That's most of the stage cut out. You cut out a big chunk of the stage. There you go, so that's most of that stage cut out. So originally this stage would take something like 2 minutes 40. You can do it in a little over 2 minutes. I can't remember who found this cut. It wasn't me, I know that. Somebody found it. Maybe this Ramchowski guy found it, I can't remember. But I know somebody else found it and I've been using it ever since. Skipping the stage and it's in the UK. Well, we've got the British weather, so this is the last thing as well. If I don't mess it up, which I didn't. You fit through that little narrow gap in the trees. And then 208, that's pretty good. In the wet anyway, that's pretty decent. Stage 2 is a relatively quick one. So stage 2 is... Am I stealing speed tricks? No, 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 no. Basically, we all came together. I've seen what other people's speed cuts are, and I basically just use them for mine. Pretty much everyone follows on from whoever the guy is up front. If he's not used any shortcuts, he can obviously borrow a few shortcuts, wink wink. He can borrow a few things if he needs to. So yeah, this is a relatively short track. There's not really many shortcuts you can do in this one. There's one near a tree, which I can probably get right 90% of the time. Every speedrun is a community effort. Yeah, that's true. Very true, very true. Just taking it easy, because I know the car can slide. Right, okay, so you go through these trees here. Oh, that was close. That wasn't supposed to happen. Yep, and then the last one is, you can literally just cut this bit out if you need to. It's completely optional. And then whack that as you go around, and you're there. I accidentally took the back window off. Whoops. I'm hoping the next 2 stages are wet. Yes, they are. Thank God for that. So it won't be world record, but I think we'll be underestimate by a long shot. If I somehow beat world record, I'll be damned. I'm pretty sure though that this is not world record pace, because I'm being very cautious in my driving. Also, you'll notice the car slides a fair bit as well. Remember what I was saying before at the start of this run? I said, even with wet tyres the car still slides. It's just really stupid. It's pathetic. But yeah, is Seat the fastest? Yes. The Seat is the quickest car on the standalone 6 cars that you can choose from. It's funny because I can have bragging rights to a world record, yet considering there's only about 6 people, maybe 7 that run this game, I can't exactly say it's a world record. I can put myself down saying it's a record, but world record? Nah. There's probably someone out there who's miles quicker. Also, cheeky little shortcut here. Go through there. Do that. You have to be careful of that. Thank God I missed that. That gate on the left hand side that we just came out. Well, turns out that's actually got a invisible wall on it. Not something you want. You did this track once, you remember? There you go. Memories come flooding back. With wet tyres, the track's harder, obviously. Like I said, I'm not too bothered if this is a world record or not, because at the end of the day, it's pretty good. I've run other games that only one person has run. Yeah. I think the best record I own to hand that I could probably give is not this one, it is actually Colin McRae Rally 1, so the first game. I own the record on any percent novice, and that's it really, there's nothing else. Ooh, we've got interesting weather. So, whoever's on timer, I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but you'll probably... This has actually provided a nice little task for me to do now. I've now got to work around fog. Holy crap. Jesus Christ. I've now got to work around fog. This is even harder in the fog. Oh my god. If I ever had my gaming abilities tested, this is not... Now's the time! Holy cow. Weather RNG. I've never had fog. It just knows I was going to go for world record. It just went, nope, I'm going to change weather so you can't get it. Well, unfortunately for the weather, I know my way around. So, ha! Right, go through these trees. That brings you out down here. There's no way of redoing the jump. Unfortunately, I need to get me numbers right on this. I'm probably about 5 seconds behind world record. Yeah, there you go, see. 3 seconds behind. Oh, I forgot about the freaking corner! Oops. It actually hasn't. This has never happened once. He just knew. The game knew. It's just like, you know what? We're gonna screw this up for you. Thank you, game. Thank you. Thanks for being a part of this screwing up. This bit I remember. Yep, over there. Like that. Like I said, nobody needs to worry. It's like, oh, he's a world record's going. It kind of is, yeah, you're right. It's like, there goes world record, but at the same time, here comes me. Come on, get to the finish line in time. Please go a bit faster. Oh, I could have got a 2:03 there. Right, okay, whoever's on the timer, I need you on the timer right now. Because we're entering the last stage.
3, 2, 1, go. 105 right into 3 left. 34 right. 30 dip right. 70 crest at 3 left. 50 long 3 right.
There's probably a lot of hype going on in chat right now. I'm not sure. This will be clutch as anything. If I somehow get world record, this is clutch.
32 right. 34 left.
Don't forget, I am world record if it is. It's just basically PB versus PB.
33 right.
Everyone's getting hyped in chat. Everyone's like, come on, you can do it, you can do it. I'm bloody trying. Change gear. Oh. Watch this, it'll be like a second over. Everyone's just going, oh my god, he's gonna do it!
34 right. 55 left.
Not long now, we're nearly there.
36 crest at 5 left.
Yeah, I'm such an Englishman. I know. Come on, come on.
Into 3 right.
Nearly there, nearly there.
32 right.
And... time! What was the time? What was the time? Oh no! No! Yo! I'm well impressed. Oh my god. G frigging G. 1:26.59. What was my final time? 10:08.36. I was a second off that. No, that's unreal. That could have been more. Oh, it was the. I blame weather. I blame the weather. Oh, that was sick. And unlocked an escort. There's also something else as well. Oh my god. Jesus. I probably have said Jesus a fair few times. I'm so sorry if I have. If I upset anybody who's Catholic or whatever. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I was crapping it before today and I was like, no. No. I've won gold trophy. There you go. And just to prove that I did actually win it. Novice, and which is the championship we did, and all gold trophies. Oh my god. Oh, blimey. I don't really know what to say other than that. Oh my god. Well, GG. What else can I say? I don't know. There's nothing else I can say. Yeah, a mistake in the previous stage made it. I think I'm next up as well. I don't know, does any... I don't really need to show anything off because I've got like 2 or 3 minutes. But, yeah, ready to change, that's fine. No worries. Do you want me to start getting me other game loaded up then?